That mean it's not a shocking title? To get more people to watch it? Oh man, alright. I'm gonna have to check some social media right now. And let's find out what we're gonna talk about. Let's make it a juicy article. Global stocks tumble. Yeah. The Turkey crisis is getting worse. Oh, wow. Now the central bank in Turkey, they're trying to prevent the currency from crashing even more. And the government is now threatening to put the bankers in jail. It couldn't happen to nicer people. Let's check out a victory. Yeah, why not, man? Okay. There's a panic in China. People are trying to get their money out of the banks. And that's what happens, man. They only have about 3% of that money in gold. So as soon as people start to withdraw, let's say 4% everybody at once, then you have a problem. Germany's economic minister calls on Europe to defy Trump's Iran sanctions. Well, we could do that actually. We could go say, okay, you want to put 25% tariffs on steel? We'll put 25% tariffs on you. Colonel. Wow, hey dude, that's a lot of spawning there. Alright. 2.5 million losses in crypto-related scams this summer. Somebody's stealing Bitcoin. Ah, he's gonna try for this. Cool. Now we can tell if he can get there in time. Probably not. Where's everybody? That's not bad at all. That's good, clever. Where did they go? Oh, okay. They regrouped for strength in numbers. Good call, buddy. What? So, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter have banned Alex Jones. He's like a conspiracy theory guy. He makes a lot of fear porn. That's what the official term is.
Oh, everybody's gonna die, and the water is turning the frogs gay.
I feel that that guy is a comedian. It's an act, and no matter how much you disagree with the act, you have to let him speak. Unintended consequence is that now Alex Jones has become more popular and everybody's using an app or going to his website. So that's counterproductive. It's called the Barbara Streisand effect. Barbara Streisand is some singing ass woman, lady, and she complained to some website or some dude that ran a website that her house was photographed from the air, and she said like, I don't have to take this, I'm gonna sue you if you keep putting that picture of my house there. And then the picture was everywhere because she made it a story. So ignoring Alex Jones would have been better. I kinda like his act. I think he's a comedian, that's what I think. He doesn't have to be factual, he just has to be entertaining. What is this? He retreated. He surrendered. I guess he wasn't that lucky. Wow. Why would he surrender? Well, I do it sometimes. I guess if he doesn't like the game, he's going to turn over the table. Let's see. Now the Chinese and the Russians are unwilling to pay for their oil in dollars. So, and that's what happens. Once that happens, it usually means war. Let me remind you of Saddam Hussein, who was an actual Nazi. But they let him be. They even helped him out as long as he was fighting the Iranians. But once he started to say, I want gold for my oil, that's when they invaded. Same thing with Gaddafi. They put him on a satay stick. So, it's weird. What I really need to start noticing, and maybe I can do this right now, if there are carrier air forces, carrier task forces near Iran, then that's when you know it's going to pop off. So far, I think I noticed maybe there's one in the Straits near Hormuz, and maybe there's one in the Black Sea, Red Sea. I'll check in on this. What else is new? Nope, nope, nope. Prominent Democrat activist praised arrested New Mexico's jihadist imam father as mentor. Amazing man. Alright. That's a non-story. Intelligence veterans urge humanitarian asylum for Assange. Assange is the WikiLeaks guy. He's a whistleblower. You shouldn't try to kill a whistleblower. But hey. What would he say? Does he maybe have even more secrets? He should come out with that. He's a guy who came out with Cablegate, where we suddenly started to get all the cables from all the embassies, and we find out how bad the diplomacy is. Facebook brags they can change any public opinion. Man, oh, I happen to be there right now. Just checking for my messages and close Facebook. All right. Carrier deployments. 2 hours of guns up. Wow. What? Do I get a boost? Give me a boost. Epic card pack. Not bad. Let's go check it out. I almost don't want to have bombardiers anymore because it would make my base defense kind of boring. More munitions boosts. A rapid deployment and a fast track. Oh, good. Goody, goody, goody. This is great. Wow. How sweet is that? Got plenty of ammo. You might want to check out. I now have almost 60 double XPs. This is level 52 or bust. So I'm just going to keep on playing PvP until I get my stuff. 1 day, 7 hours. All right. So with 860,000, I can do at least 30. Let's see how many we can do in 3 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours is good. I can take it on a one scholar as long as there are no bombardiers. I don't want to reward them with points. Putting in a sergeant, is that any good? Is that like a good thing? Maybe I could remove the speed here. Fast track this guy. Take out the rapid deployment. Fast track him as well. No, that's fine. It's a 3-skull opponent. I'm bringing ammo. I have 2 focus fires. Uh-oh. I don't get my ideal loadout, I'm going to play Berserk, I guess. You guessed right. Alright, let's move out. Let's go to the stream, check out the chat, drink some Coca-Cola. 9 days without alcohol. I'm pretty proud of myself. And I quit smoking a month ago. Alright, the chat is up. I need a little more volume on my... Well, that's amazing. You got here just in time for the first PvP battle. I also did a replay of a winning base defense. I think that guy he just quit. He surrendered. Probably didn't like how the table was set. Why are they... What is that? Okay. I already decided I want to go topside. What is that? 9 minutes to go. Yeah, welcome to the show. You can drop a comment on my YouTube or not. Hey Rio, what's up, Rio Porter? Oh, you watched that one? Still, I think I'm gonna do more of that. Especially the hacking story seems to be good. And I keep an eye out on global events pertaining to military matters. Described in the start of this video that I'm going to start looking out for the carrier deployments, because if they go to war in the Persian Gulf, probably with Iran, I'm going to have to start looking where are the carriers. Okay, this is pointless. This is so pointless. It's not good. I'm glad you like it. What the hell? Alright. Hope the truck, I can still move the truck here. This is a good base. These guys are going to try and attack my base, am I right? Yeah, probably. What is that? Alright, I'm in trouble. Nice. Okay, at least I took care of most snipers. Looks like it's a frontal assault. One of the hardest things to do is a frontal assault on a defended position. This is my D-Day. My G-Day. My guns up day. Take out that sniper, buddies. Come on, man. Right. They have iron lungs on that sniper. Yeah, serves me right for starting with a 3-scholar nightmare base. Not good. Strength in numbers. Everybody back out a bit. Let's give this another shot. One, two, three, 4, 5 snipers left. Let's go get off these snipers from standoff range. can take down this machine gunner, but not the sniper. It's gonna be a close one. Oh no, everybody's distracted by the AA. I use that as a good defense tactic myself, so I can't complain really. But are there gonna be enough units left to take out these? Hey, how come they stagger from the... Okay, so they only have iron lungs for the poison gas, but they still get a stagger from the... Right, officer. I think they're gonna make it. Come on, man. Look for the biggest threat. That's this one. Oh, come on, I wanna win, I wanna win, I wanna win. I don't have enough munitions, not enough men. What is that? Pick something up? No more pickups. Oh boy. I need one more tower to be destroyed. One more AA destroyed. Man, are these endless clips? What is he using? No, that's a good wall in between me and the AA towers. Nothing I can do. Oh man, now I get it. Oh, horrible, horrible. Hang on, I'll see you about comments in a moment. No, no. Last episode was an hour and 40 minutes. I'm going to try for 2 hours today. I'm just gonna have to put my losses. I should have been more patient with these airstrikes. I would have gotten most of them now. Patience, biggest problem. And I'm gone. Come on, truck, shoot him. Two and a half minutes to go. Shoot back, guys. No. Playing Ultimate Sandbox, and I got out of the map server. I was flying the jet with infinite holes and gas in heaven. Thought it was another server, but it didn't look who joined. Okay, so it might not be real. Hole. What the heck am I talking about? Yeah, I remember those. Usually it means that the game code is not up to spec. So let's have a look. Hope I don't get the NSA or the CIA on my ass for trying this. Current carrier deployments. Where are the carriers? I'm going to a website called globalsecurity.org. Okay, that could be disinformation. I guess I'm gonna go for a 2 scholar this time. 5,000, 9,000. Let's just make this easy. We notice that you're using an ad blocker. So if you are behind a paywall, then I don't want to go to your website. There you go. Tracking U.S. naval power. Strat4. Strat4 is a CIA shill. So there, it's like a, yeah. Let's go ask the CIA where the carriers are. No ammo. Come on, buddy. Just give me some surplus. What am I looking at, actually? Bombardier. Dang. Bombardier. Yay, Bombardier. No, I don't want to do one colors anymore. So it's going to be you. This looks okay to me. I don't want ammo. Just let's go for berserk. No unit caps, unit health, unit damage. There you go. Pretty much the same stuff. Let's bring in a second rally flag. Yeah, the GTA rap 11 years ago. I'm working on 3 songs at the moment. One is about autism. The other one is about being in jail. And the third one is about initiation. If you want to join a gang, you have to be jumped in. They say get jumped. That means if you want to join my gang, for instance, or no, if you want to join like the Bloods or the Crips, you get jumped. That means everybody in the gang beats you. And if you can stay standing while they're kicking your ass, you're in the gang. You're in the gang. So I'm getting inspired again. It's a rite of passage. Some people in Africa have to jump from a tree once they're 13 years old. Then you become a man. It's the same for Jewish people. They have, what is it again? A bar mitzvah. Right. And I think Emilus, our friend Spitfire there, he took communion. That's when you, I don't know, I had that. I remember getting a lot of presents. So that's a very powerful ritual, and I'm going to make a song about it. I know I've been planning this for a long time, but I need to make them really good. They have to be really good. So that's why it's taken such a long time. And I'll post some demos, probably end of August. I got my birthday the 24th. Did you catch the falling stars last night in the northeast? 1 star every 6 minutes. You can see falling stars, little meteors from a comet. No, disregard. Take down this wall. Alright, let's take them out on 2 fronts. How many AA behind the base? Come on, let's take a look. Uh-oh, that's the last stand problem here. Come on, take him out with the gas. Gas, gas, gas. yeah, the weird thing about space is it has no boundary. I've been thinking a lot about this. What I think is that the entire universe fell into a black hole 14 billion years ago. Those are the only way you can get those conditions, and why all of a sudden all fundamental forces are one force. Then gravity split off, and gravity still leaks into that other dimension. That's why gravity is so weak. I feel we all got sucked into a black hole. And that's why people and everybody, all these animals are inside out. There's no notice, you don't notice it. Because your entire system, all your food has to go into the outside, which is your inside. It goes into your throat and your stomach and then your gut. But your body treats that like it's on the outside. Strictly speaking, it's still the outside of your body. That's why you get sick. And your stomach is like, what the hell, man? It's very fascinating. So let's see about those carrier deployments. Yeah, I think we all, the entire universe is inside of a black hole. What I don't know is that if the black holes in our universe are then another universe. But I understand that space, once it goes into a black hole, gets converted into time. And if so, there's a spaceless time inside of a black hole. You can consider it like a staircase, where time is the horizontal, space is the horizontal, and time is like a vertical. So there's little, impossible to measure parts of spaceless time. And what happens is that every 300,000th of a second we go up, step one up. So we send that staircase 300 times every second, but you don't notice the vertical part. There's some kind of genius called Howard Bloom, and he explained it to me, and it's mind-boggling. It's literally, wow, what? There is such a thing as spaceless time, which then means that there should be a thing like timeless space. That's like the edge of a black hole, called the event horizon. And it's weird, man. I can hardly still imagine how this is. We think the entire space, everything in the universe is made of very tiny strings. You can't see them, but once you go that deep, if you go beyond quarks, if you try to figure out what does a quark do, because we don't know anything else that's you can divide more than a quark. This is every quark is a tiny string in space, like a guitar string. And we wonder if maybe there are multiverses, and if two multiverses collide, like the membranes of these two universes collides, every time that happens, a universe is created. But that means there are infinite amount of universes. There's even a universe where I don't play guns up. Valor, very good. Alright. The biggest black hole containing 20 billion suns. Exactly. So what if you get sucked into there? What it means is that space is converted into time. So there's this thing like spaceless time in there. And if you have enough of that, a new universe starts, because it's asymmetrical. It doesn't add up. And then 95% of the matter and antimatter collide and is destroyed. So that's why we only see 5% of the mass in the entire universe. The rest is some kind of weird hidden mass, hidden gravity, and hidden matter. Calling it black matter is bullshit. It's not black, it's just hidden. Right. Bomber J, J, J. I think I can do this, right? Alright, I just don't want to lose too much. Doesn't matter. Let's bring in my last focus file. Anyway, this shit is mind-blowing. That's why I keep trying to find out what it is exactly. I think it's just, it's probably too simple for everybody to understand. People want to explain all kinds of stuff. My last tactical boots. I think it's probably too simple, and that's why people can't figure it out. I'm pretty sure the entire universe fell into a black hole. And then that space got converted into time. That's what we think, because we are on the other side of the black hole usually. My biggest clue here is that we're inside out. If you look at something, then that image gets portrayed backwards and upside down. That's what happens. Your eyes perceive something that then is made, of course, into an upside down picture, but your brain recognizes it as compensates. Another weird thing is if you move your eyes from left to right, your brain can't handle that. So you're actually blind for a microsecond. That's why if you look at a clock and it's about to go to, the seconds are about to go to from 90, from 60 to 1. So once that, from 59 to 60, that's why it takes a little longer. Really weird. It's ultimately weird. Okay, Kravens, let's pay some attention here. I need to maybe do some help here. I know. And these kind of things fascinate me. I've been looking at a lot of astronomy and cosmology videos. I'll never stop learning about that because it never will stop fascinating me. That's why last night I started looking at the falling stars. There were I saw about 3 of them, and then I went back because it's cold. I really want a telescope. Really want that. Look at Jupiter. Look at Mars. Look at galaxies. Hey buddy, that's enough. Come on, man. Right on. I might make it. I might make this. Oh man. I think I'm going to allow my ad blocker to work there. And that's weird. You asked, what if the black hole can get bigger than infinite? Nothing can stop it if it's bigger than infinite space. That is the weird thing. The more mass you dump into a black hole, the smaller the surface gets. This is another mind-blowing fact. If you put more and more mass into a black hole, the volume is unknown. You don't really know what that volume is. But all of the information is in that event horizon bubble. Another thing I don't understand, but that's why I think everything is inside out. Maybe even it's not. It's kind of disgusting if you think about it. But what if we have to turn food? If everything ran backwards in time, and everybody's just turning shit into food? That was just so weird. No, I don't think. The only thing that could walk backwards in time are light particles, because the universe inflated so quickly, inflated faster than the speed of light. So now every time we look at something and you try to measure it, the photons travel back in time according to when you were looking at it. Another really weird stuff. What that means is there was a big discussion whether things are particular, material, if things are particular and materialistic, or that things are ideal and non-material. And the jury's in. We are non-material. We are probably somebody's dream. The Native Americans say that the dream is reality and reality is a dream. Now that's weird, because when you dream, you basically, your mind is pumped full of DMT. Your body makes DMT. So I don't really believe in that. But the best analogy, the best example I could make is that we are somebody's dream or somebody's simulation. God is playing a video game with us. That's what it comes down to. The easiest way to say it is God is playing Battlefield. Or maybe in the future you can travel back in time, and there are a lot of ancestry simulations. People in the future are trying to figure out what went wrong, and that's why you have Trump. In one of these simulations, I think, okay, there's like a bored kid somewhere in the basement playing Universe Simulator, and he's like, okay, when I go to Sim City, one of the first things I do is I cause an earthquake. So there's some kid in the future that's like, what if I made Donald Trump president? What would that be like? Because computers will only get smarter and smarter and smarter until you get to a point that you can't even recognize you're in a simulation. Except for the glitches. We call that the Mandela effect. After Nelson Mandela, people swear that Mandela died in the 80s. People, no man, that dude died in the 80s. And then he died again in 2006. What? How does that, what? Little glitches in the matrix. Really weird. And I have a degree in philosophy, literature, and history, because I thought that was really, really interesting. I have a university degree in these subjects. Right. No rally flags, nothing. Only a timesheet to go back in time. But everything is going reverse, then we go back to small ages even when we weren't born yet. Yeah, have you ever seen that movie, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button? That's a dude who was born an old man and then went back to being a kid. I really need other people. Start paying more attention here. I get carried away easily. See, right now I'm wondering what I'm going to eat. Good start. What? No. Guess what? Chicken butt. You're onto something, yeah. Infinite goes backwards and infinite wouldn't exist, yet there is no thing exists until it does. The weird question is indeed, how come you have something out of nothing? Because before the universe started, there was, people say there was no time, and then they go to the example that there's nothing north of the North Pole. If you're on the North Pole, everywhere is south. So there couldn't be time because it didn't exist yet. But I think there was nothing but time. If you fall into a black hole, space gets converted into time. And once you have enough time, and nothing but time, like infinite time, but it's asymmetrical, that's why everything is asymmetrical. There's nothing like a pure circle. Actually, maybe a computer can draw a pure circle, but nobody else can. That's why your face is slightly different on one side from the other side. So if time becomes asymmetrical, you get a big bang. It's a mind blower. I still think it's too simple for people to understand. Too simple for me to understand. And I don't like to brag, but I do have a degree in philosophy, literature, and history. I really didn't like history in high school, but once I went to the university, it's amazing. If you know your place in history, you know your destination, your destiny. If you know your place in history, then you will know your destiny. In this case, I got defeated again. Okay. Am I trying to destroy these? No, I'm just not paying enough attention. Let's drink some Coca-Cola. Nothing would exist of space or aliens from other guys. Oh, dude, I watched Godzilla, Monster Planets. That was awesome. Japanese anime. I really loved it. We watched Akira. It's like the first anime movie ever. That was in the West. I used to watch that on tape, on videotape. I think about 30 times over a couple of years. And guess what? Like a year ago, I watched it again, probably for the 31st time. So all the explaining about Turkey and China and Russia and Syria and the Middle East and America, that's really interesting if it leads to something like economic war or trade war or currency wars. And the hacking stories were really good too. But I think I'm going to start paying more attention to the actual deployments of the Navy. Because once you get 2 or 3 carriers near your country, you better watch out. You better watch the fuck out. Hey, there's my first fuck of the day. Let's not break the fuck meter today. I just did it, by the way. I think that if you drop an F-bomb and you're only describing the word itself, you're talking about the word, then it shouldn't be a problem. Once you use it as an adjective, like F-word this, F-word that, that's just me having a little imagination, because I could use any better word. Even the better word than the F word. I could say it's the weird North Koreans instead of the effing. Right. It's weird. I quit drinking, and ever since my brain is on overdrive. No more cerveza for me. I'm getting too old for that stuff. Nothing would exist instead of space or aliens from other galaxies created humans and not God. You're right. We are the aliens. We didn't come from the Earth. We were transported on a rock, and that rock had bacteria in it, and that's how life thrived. You know, there's two types of Godzilla in the movie, and this year Godzilla 2, Godzilla Phileas and Monster Planet. Phileas is 50 meters, and Monster Planet is at 300 meters. Well, I'm glad you are describing it in metrics, because I understand meters, but I don't really understand feet. I think a foot is a third of a meter, so you have to divide by 3. But I don't want to do that. I'm too lazy. Let's see. This U. Oh, they're both hard. 8,000, 9,000. Why is there an exclamation mark here? I have never figured that out. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Sniper towers. We're good. Dude, bring some ammo. Why not? Dude. That's very likely. Things are very exciting in astronomy today. We're looking at, I never thought it would be possible when I was younger that we could see planets or find out if there are even planets around other suns. Turns out there's lots of them. But a lot of them they have what's called hot Jupiters. The size of Jupiter, maybe even a little smaller, because if Jupiter was even bigger, that would ignite into a sun. And the fascinating thing is that those hot Jupiters are very close to their stars, which I think was first the case, that Jupiter used to be in the orbit of Mercury and Venus, and then it somehow over millions of years started receding into more and more distance. Again, I'm completely fascinated by this. Yeah. Sirius indeed is a big one, as is Betelgeuse. I have like an app, it's called Star Rover. And if you use that app, it'll show you all the constellations with your inertial and your location. It can show you exactly which stars you're looking at. Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to wait a bit to get maybe a focus fire in here. One of my things is I always feel too confident. I'm too confident. I always think, man, I always bite off more than I can chew. That's okay. You need to challenge yourself. I'm really enjoying these, making these podcasts and these videos again. I'll have to wait until I get a focus fire, and then in the meantime, just I can bring in some of these guys for sure. I think that's indeed in October 2006. I thought, okay, I got this rap. I used to be more like an old school rapper. And then I made a very simple video out of gameplay from GTA. It's really not a good video, but I was very good on the timing, and maybe very lucky on the timing, because it really kind of connects, kind of opens it. I don't know, Before you knew it, I got almost 250,000 views on it. And then a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I started noticing a lot of new subscribers, a lot of comments on the Wave 68, because I was like, okay, I'll just try this streaming function for the new PlayStation. Turns out my subscribers went from 75 to 447 right now. Got a couple of new ones. I keep getting they're complimenting me on my commenting style. That's because I have a thing for languages. So this is not bad, man. How am I gonna fix this though? This guy's gotta go. I think I'm gonna have to brute force his base. What I need to do here is keep pumping these guys out. Put this in the back. Spawn everybody in the back. Maybe I should switch that sergeant to a machine gunner again. And again. Expensive units. Riots. Yeah, I'm good to go. Can I punch through this wall? Maybe. Not really. Do it. Too late. Get him, boys! Finally, I can see a wind coming from this. I do use rally flag in a weird way. Let's go milk the base. Milk the base. Slurp your milkshake, milk the base. Hey, welcome to the program. You can drop a comment on my YouTube, I'll give you a shout out. Let's play some guns up. Oh, Wi-Fi. The Dutch invented Wi-Fi. Are you getting a lower resolution on the video? Is that the issue? I set these videos for a DVR function, so everybody can still start at the beginning if you want. Finally, a victory. It's about time. What else you have? So I want to go 52 or bust. 30,000. I think I need another million to make a dent in here. Ah, okay. Fixing Wi-Fi. Yeah. Pretty good with computers. Also, I noticed that sometimes I get a little weird noises on the microphone. I'm gonna fix that by making the cable a little longer. 52 or bust. Yeah. What do you say? Shall I do this one? I do have the veterans for it. And I could start talking about the carriers. Where are the carriers? So drop a comment, let me know if you want me to do this. Otherwise I'll keep playing PvP like I intended to do. In the meantime, let's go look at this website. Fix my ad blocker so it allows me options. No. I want to make an exception for this one website so I can tell you where the carriers are at the moment. Options. No. Right. Let's go to a third website. List of carrier services. Wikipedia. I think I want to keep playing. Okay. Yes. Prepare your base. Good stuff. Good call. Only 597. Not going to be a problem. Yes. What I needed to look for is the Go Navy website. I'm looking for, if you're looking for currently deployed aircraft carriers, you gotta look at CV. So the Nimitz is CVN68. It's currently entered the dry dock. So the Nimitz, one of the most epic and well-known icons of a carrier, codenamed CVW11, is in dry dock. 15 months docking plant availability. Okay, so that's out. The CVN 69 Eisenhower is in the Norfolk Naval Shipyard in Portsmouth for a 6 plant incremental availability. That's weird, because you have to think maybe they're in dry dock, or maybe they're just telling you, look at that guy, he didn't make it. Maybe they just say that it's in dry dock, and they're not. But it's a Japanese website, and they really want to know that stuff. So I got 2 in dry dock, the Nimitz and the Eisenhower. The CVN-70, the Carl Vinson, is in Hawaii. Currently part of the RIMPAC exercise, RIMPAC 2018. And this Carl Vinson carrier is currently assigned to EastPac, which means Command of the East. The CVN 71 Theodore Roosevelt is commencing a 6-month planned incremental availability. What? So all of these, the Roosevelt, the Eisenhower and the Nimitz are basically on a standby mode. Once they get to stand 2, they could deploy, but then it would take at least 3 months for them to get there, if they're in dry dock. The CVN 73 George Washington. Oh, okay, we found out whether or not the game can crash. Stand by, guys. I'm going to start the game again in 10 seconds.